American devils. The lynching, the killing, cutting the black people's private out, sticking it in the mouth is what they did to us. I got a book called 100 Years of Lynching written by white men. Taking black women who was 4 months pregnant, they took us for years and hung us up with the feet and stuck a dagger in the stomach and ripped it and pulled the unborn baby out just to put fear in other slaves. They tied up black people to horses and two horses and pulled his arms out and pulled his legs out. Lemonade trains with white children and white people of America used to come and watch them tie up 10 or 15 black men and pour gasoline on them and burn them, watch them burn alive. They took us and hung us up with trees and shot us with bullets. They took and cut a hand off and gave it to the little boy and they took the leg off. And this is worse than the devil.
All right, but
See, the devil, the preacher in the church taught us that the devil was up under the ground.
Right.
And he'll wait till he die before he burn us up. This white devil in America was worse because he burned us while we was alive. He didn't wait till we died. America.
Ezekiel chapter 25 and verse 12. Thus saith Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, because that Edom have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and have greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Therefore saith Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, I will stretch out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachak, double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone that teach and rule well, and as always, peace and salutations to the elect. Versus Brother Benaiah, back at you with another video. And, this is a clip that I ran across on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? As you can see, it got Muhammad Ali, which is one of my favorite boxers. You know what I'm saying? Because it was his ability in the ring and what he stand for outside the ring. Because he was one of the ones that ultimately stood up for Jake back there during this time, and he was hated for that. You know what I'm saying? Because he spoke out against the atrocities that were taking place and all right to you so-called Negro that happened to you so-called Negro by the hands of these damn devils, man. You see, and it not only happened to the Southern Kingdom, but it also happened all right to the Northern Kingdom as well. You so-called Latinos and Native Americans, man. You see, and this is why the scriptures say that Esau is going to be, when you get in the Zondorian Bible Dictionary real quick. Let's see, go back out real quick. Salaki, give me 1 second. Okay, and as you can see, this is from the Zondorian Bible Dictionary for the definition of the word Edom or Edomites. But when you go down here to the bottom at the end of this definition, I want to read this part because it says, as you can see, it says Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as a scene of great future judgment. See notable Isaiah 34 and verse 5, 6, and 61 and 1. It says, she is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, or from God. You see, and we know why. You see, because how Esau Edom have dealt with the nation of Israel, like we just read, man. You see, he had taken vengeance, and where did that vengeance come from? What did this anger that the so-called white self-proclaimed white man has for you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans? All right, well, let's go to Ezekiel chapter 35, man. All right, for him to take vengeance, he have to have what? Ezekiel 35 and 5, it says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity and the time that their iniquity had an end. You see, therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, I will prepare blood unto thee. I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Right? You see? Because these devils, like Muhammad Ali was explaining, man, and these are just a few things that we know about. There's so much more that Esau has hidden, even though brothers have brought out a lot of atrocities of what this man did, like Muhammad Ali said himself, tying Jakes up to horses, ripping them in half, taking out women while they pregnant and hanging them up by the feet and cutting their babies out of their stomach while they're alive. That devil, what's his name? Fuck, is it Thomas, fuck, what's his name? One of those presidents, I forgot his name, man. Andrew Jackson or one of them niggas. All these niggas is wicked. All the founding fathers of America, all right, had a hand in you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans downfall, all right, and putting that hell upon our people. You see, they would like Muhammad Ali was explaining, man, they would cut our women open and take the babies out, let them fall to the ground and stomp on their head, or take a child, an Israelite child, and smash them against the rocks. You know what I'm saying? Throwing our children to alligators. You see, we can go on and on and on how this devil, has done our people. All right, and that's why they're going to be the only nation that will not receive mercy from Yahweh Shem Al Shah, because he showed no mercy. Let's go to Isaiah real quick, man. Isaiah, and I'm gonna make this real fast, man. I don't want to make it too long because it's gonna get straight to the point. We're almost at the end of you fucking devil's rulership, man. The time of your punishment, divine punishment, is at hand. You see, and a clear sign is the prophets standing back on their feet, pointing that finger, man, shaking that hand. You see, going into the gates of the noble, because we're talking to our messages to these top elites, man. Okay, these Rothschild, the Bilderbergs, you know what I'm saying? All these rich international banking families, man. You see, you Joe Smo, low level Budweiser drinking Edomites. You know what I'm saying? You just on a low level help. You know what I'm saying, for the affliction, but we want the people that this message is for, because these top rich international banking families, man, these small hats, they have their hands, all right, in what we see, all right, and how we interact with the earth, the laws that's passed, and how our lives are governed, all right, the position that you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans are put in this system that the Edomites have erected. You know what I'm saying? It was all done by the heads of the house of Edom. You see? So this message ultimately is going to be to them, but all the nation of Edom is going to go into captivity. They're going to get their judgment. But all right, we shaking that hand at these nobles, man, because their judgment is their time of judgment is coming, man. All right, but this is Isaiah 47 and verse 6. It says, I was wroth with my people. I polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Right. You see, the Lord gave us over into your hand, man. And what did you do? Well, you took vengeance, like it says in Ezekiel 25, man. You see, you dealt with Judah, you see, and also Israel, man, the northern kingdom as well. It says, thou showed them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou heavily laid thy yoke. Right. I'm gonna read that in the NLT. It says, for I was angry with my chosen people and punished them by letting them fall into your hands. Right. You see? And you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, if you look at it, man, we're physically stronger than them, all right, spiritually stronger than them. So how was this devil able to conquer us, man? Well, it was because the spirit of the Lord, all right, the Lord took the spirit, took our strength from us, like it says in Deuteronomy 28. We will have no might in our hands, man. You see, the Lord was no longer with us, man, and it was time for our punishment. You see, so the Lord allowed this, he gave us over into this devil's hands and allowed this devil, all right, to have rulership over us, man. And what did Esau do? Well, he greatly offended the Lord because that nigga did too much, man. You see, it says, and upon the ancient hast thou heavily laid thy yoke, right? Even upon the ancient, man. Esau doesn't show no mercy upon whether you old or whether you young, man. You see, whether you old or whether you young, you get no mercy. But going back, I'm gonna read in the NLT, Isaiah 47 and 6. It says, for I was angry with my chosen people and punished them by letting them fall into your hands. But you, Babylon, showed them no mercy. You oppress even the elderly, right? Even in these times, the elderly are being oppressed to the point to where now they're in their 60s, 70s, 80s, and still have the work, man. You know what I'm saying? Working until you die, man. It is this fucking system that we're a part of, man. But you devils got something coming, man. You see, it's just a little while longer, all right, because the Lord still has, he still has to let prophecy be fulfilled, man. You see, like brother say, man, this nigga is on borrowed time. You see, but the Lord is allowing prophecy to be fulfilled, like it says right here in the Revelations chapter 18, Revelations 18 and verse 4. It says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye and that ye receive not of her plagues. And this is going into the actual physical deliverance. You see, that you read about in Revelations chapter, what is that, 11? All right, they heard a great voice saying, come up hither, being actually beamed up into the chariots, man. You see, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, all right, the strangest of their salvation, all right, their enemies shall behold them, you see. But this is the point in verse 5. It says, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities, right? You see, because the Lord still, that's the only reason that you still ruling, man, because you have to fulfill, all right, your set measure, you see. As the scriptures say, man, in the book of Job, real quick, let's get it. Because like I said, you know what I'm saying? You you only have a little bit more time, and then your sins, the Lord has allowed you to continue until you reach those bounds. All right. Job chapter 14 and verse 5, it says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee, thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Right. You see, so you have a certain amount of time of rulership that you're gonna rule. You see that you're gonna be in that power seat before you are taken down, man. Until like we read in Revelations 18 and verse 5, man, your iniquities has to reach all right unto the heavens, and we almost to the point of it reaching, man. You see, to the point of that limit being set, and then it's going into your judgment. You see, so let's go. And another point is what is that when what is that? I think it's in Genesis, man. Let me see. Where is it at? I know it's in 15, man. Genesis chapter 15 to make that point, to back that point up, man. You see, because you know what I'm saying, you have to reach your limit that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai has set for you, but we almost to the end of that. This is Genesis chapter 15. All right, in verse 16, there it is. Yeah, that's it. Okay, this is Genesis chapter 15 and verse 16. It says, um, but in the fourth generation they shall come hither again. All right, this is going into the promise that Abraham, that the Most High made unto Abraham about our people. All right, taking the promised land, man. You said, but it says verse 16. But in the fourth generation they shall come hither again, for the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet full. Right. You see, because they had to reach a certain limit. All right, before the Most High brought His judgment upon it. You see, and likewise with you. All right, likewise with Esau, Edom, man. Your wickedness has to reach a certain limit, and then the Lord is gonna bring that judgment. All right, like we read in Revelations 18 and 5, man. But I want to get this in let's go back to Ezekiel 35, man. All right, this is Ezekiel 35. It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred. All right, and that hatred goes back into what, Genesis chapter 27. All right, and Esau hated the Jacob because of that blessing. You see, it says, and has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh Shem Shai, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. See, if thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate. I will cut off from it him that passeth out and him that returneth, and I will fill his mountain with his slain men, and in thy hills and in thy valleys and in all thy rivers they shall fall that are slain with the sword. And I will make thee a perpetual desolation, and thy city shall not return. Right. You see, you still got Hebrew Israelites out there who teaching that once Yahweh Shai comes back and sets up the kingdom, that Esau is gonna rise again. Here it is. I'm gonna read that part again. Esau gonna come back. He gonna do one more, Russia, which is still Edomites are gonna have one last hoorah. It's just bugged out, man. This is Ezekiel 35 and 9. It says, and I will make thee a perpetual desolation, and thy city shall not return, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine, and we will possess it, whereas the Lord was there. Therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, I will even do according to thine anger, and according unto thine envy, which thou hast used out of thy out of thy hatred against them. Right. You see, so the Lord is gonna return, all right, all your wickedness upon your head, man. You see, what is that? Revelation chapter 13, verse 9 and 10. He that have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword, man. You see, the book of Revelation, pay unto her double. You see, so your wickedness is gonna return upon your own head, man. And the Lord is gonna do even according to thine anger. All right. It says, I'm gonna read that in NLT. Therefore, as surely as I live, says the sovereign Lord, I will pay back your angry deeds with my own. I will punish you for all your acts of anger, envy, and hatred. Like Muhammad Ali was explaining all those those examples You know, and those are just a few, man. Those are just a few examples, man. It's so much stuff that this goddamn devil has done to us, man. A lot of this stuff that our people don't even know. Esau is he didn't took it out of the schools that how the so-called Negroes got over here. All right, what happened when this goddamn devil set his foot, all right, on the shores of the Western world. All right, what happened to the so-called Negro, the Latinos and Native Americans when these devils came over here? All of that history Esau is trying to take. He's taking out of school, man. These YNs, all right. This last generation, man. This younger generation don't even know that we was in captivity, man. That we were slaves to these people, man. And that's a personal testimony of me asking my own cousin, my younger cousin, man. They said they didn't teach them about slavery in school, man, or what happened to the so-called Native Americans and Latinos, man. Even now, Trump is trying to take the picture of Jake that got his back whooped. You know that movie that they made with Will Smith. He played that slave. You know what I'm saying? They trying to take that out of the museum, and Trump talking about we need to focus on the good of America. You see, trying to hide what truly happened, man. Trying to disconnect themselves onto being the Edomites, man. You see, because these devils know that they not gonna receive no mercy from Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, once Yahweh sends Yahweh Shai back, man. You see, and rightfully so, man. So it says, I'm gonna read that part again, and I'm gonna read the NLT, Ezekiel 35:11. Therefore, as surely as I live, says the sovereign Lord, I will pay back your angry deeds with my own, and I will punish you. I will punish you for all your acts of anger, envy, and hatred, and I will make myself known to Israel, by what I do to you. Then you will know that I am Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shai, have heard every however you say that word, contemptuous or however you say it, man, or the blasphemies, a word you spoken against the mountain of Israel, for you said they are desolate, they have been given to us for food to eat. You see, it says, in saying that you boasted proudly against me, and I have heard it all. You see, so Yahweh Shema Shai hears and sees everything that these goddamn devils are doing. And how is the Lord going to take his vengeance? Well, let's go. Let's go back to Ezekiel 25, and I'm going to end it off on this, man. I don't want to make it too long. Ezekiel chapter 25, all right, and I'm gonna read verse 12 again. It says, thus saith Yahweh Shem Shah, because that Edom have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and have greatly offended, and have revenged himself upon them. Thus saith Yahweh Shem Shah, I will stretch out my hand upon Edom, and I will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. And I will lay, this is the point, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hands of my people Israel. All right, doesn't the scripture say, by thee shall I break nations in pieces? I will beat down mountains with thee. You see, so the Lord is going to allow, all right, that 144,000 that it speaks of in Revelation chapter 7, all right, to come back down on the planet Earth, man. You see, and set up the kingdom of heaven upon hand, and go get these nobles of the house of Edom the house of Edom out of these goddamn bunkers, man. All these damn bunkers and places that they're trying to hide, man, they're gonna be taken out of and thrown in chains. You see, it says, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hands of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my furies. Yeah, you see, because the scriptures say, what is that? Psalms 137, if I'm not mistaken, about we're gonna take their babies and bash them against the stone. Right now, we're not angry enough, man. You see, we gotta be changed, man. When we change, Lord willing, I'm a part of that number. All right. When we change, the Lord is gonna reveal unto us truly what everything that this devil done, man. All right. And we gonna know these, we gonna all everything, what happened in our past lives, what this devil did, bro, and we gonna get busy, man. We gonna get busy on you fucking devils, man. You gonna and ain't gonna be no way to fucking escape, man. You gonna try to off yourself, and we gonna bring your ass right back to life, man. Yahweh Shah said himself, man, the spirits are gonna be subject unto us, man. We're gonna put your spirit right back in your body, and your ass gonna continue on in that captivity, man. That's why Yahweh Shah gave that parable about Lazarus and the rich man. That nigga tormented in that fire, man. Nigga couldn't find no relief, man. You just give me a drop. He was looking for any kind of relief, man. And that's what these devils are gonna be looking for, and they ain't gonna get one, man. Cause like Abraham said, man, hey, you receive good things in your life, and Lazarus evil. Now the tables have turned, man. Now it's your turn. You see, now we coming into the end of your fucking rulership, man, and now it's about to be your turn to suffer. All right, and the Lord is gonna allow His men, all right, to get busy. Ezekiel 35:14, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh. All right. So the time of this down, the time of you Edomites, all right, is coming. The time of your judgment is coming, man. You see, just a little bit longer, all right, and then your bounds are gonna be set, man. Your bound, you're gonna reach that limit, and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh is gonna bring judgment, man. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Ba'ashem Chakodash. The honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone and teaching will. Peace and blessings to the salutations to the elect. Shalom.